This is not the first time we've seen this kind of story, y'all. Not at all. Not the first time that we've seen this story. We have seen these kind of things happen before. We have just never seen it to this volume. We've seen maybe one or two, you know what I'm saying, or 3 or 4, but 20? 20 plus? 20 plus? Real talk? That's insane, guys. It's a story that broke where some Miami police officers stomped and kicked an arrested man, while he was face down on the ground. And then on top of that, and because I didn't have much space on the title, on top of that, an innocent bystander that was filming these cops beating this already arrested man, kicking him in and stopping him in the face. He also was attacked as well. This is the wildest thing I have seen. I've seen a lot of videos, y'all. I've seen a lot of police brutality videos. I've seen a lot of ridiculous ish going on out here, but this one is new. They straight went to the thuggish, ruggish bone up in this piece on this particular situation. And we got to go into this story. It's right here. So, state attorney charges 5 Miami Beach police officers in battery case. Let's get into this story really, really quick, okay? 5 Miami police officers face battery charges after being accused of roughing up a man suspected of injuring another officer in a hit-and-run incident and tackling and punching the bystander who recorded the man's arrest last week. Real talk. And by the way, we got the footage. So we're going to be looking at that too. So be ready for it, okay? Miami-Dade State Attorney Katherine Fernandez Rundle confirmed the charges at a press conference on Monday, all right? She says, police officers face a variety of dangers on the job each and every single day. However, I've previously said excessive force can never, ever be an acceptable foundation for the policing of any community. All right. Officers who forget that fact do a grave disservice to the people they have sworn to serve. They harm their own departments and they belittle the good and hard work that each of their fellow officers tries to accomplish in the community. The 5 officers charged with this battery and first-degree misdemeanor are, now hear these titles: Sergeant Jose Perez, okay, so a higher up, and officers Kevin Perez, no relation, David Rivas, Robert Sabater, and Steven Serrano, okay? Fernandez Rundle said their investigations and criminal cases may develop out of this investigation. Much of the evidence off of which Fernandez Rundle's office is working comes from police body cameras and video taken from the hotel lobby where the incident took place July 26th, all right? So that morning, 24-year-old Delonta Crudup was suspected of striking a Miami Beach bicycle police officer with a motor scooter during an attempted traffic stop over an illegal parking violation. Crudup also reportedly tried to strike another officer but missed. The collision, which Crudup fled, left the unnamed officer with leg injuries requiring hospitalization and crutches. Police chased Crudup into the Royal Palm Hotel where he was staying. And police lieutenant, by the way, Jose Riena, caught up with Crudup at the hotel elevator and held him at gunpoint, ordering him off of the elevator, which, by the way, in the video, you'll see it here shortly. The man complies. You'll see it. Video of the incident shows Crudup, a tall, thin, and dreadlocked individual complying. Hey, you gotta love that word. He complied with Rihanna's orders, exiting the elevator with his hands raised and quickly lying face down on the ground with his arms outstretched in front of him. Of course, as Crudup places his hands behind his back to be handcuffed, get ready for this, y'all. More than 20. I counted 12. That's how many people were on this dude. More than 20 other Miami Beach officers arrive on the scene and surround him. How many people do you need on a person that's already been arrested? Just curious. Just seconds after Rundle said an audible clink. Sorry. Just seconds after Rundle said, there needs to be a comma. Rundle said an audible clink can be heard on the video, denoting the handcuffs were closed around Crudup's wrists. The video shows Sergeant Perez repeatedly kicking Crudup in the head and shoulder area. Then Crudup's body goes limp, and the rest is just insane. Okay? So, before we go into this video, I'm just going to say this, because we already know what's going down here. This pretty much turns into a full-on gang fight. What's crazy is that he runs into the elevator. Cop pulls up. He runs up quick, and he's like, get out. You don't really hear. There's no audio. But you can clearly see he's like, get up, get out, get on the ground, hands behind your back. What does Crudup do? He does exactly what he is told to do. He doesn't run. He doesn't strike a cop. He doesn't do nothing. He don't even have a scooter on him, so he ain't going to try to run him down. So he goes down, belly first, face first on the ground, puts his arms behind his back. The cop actually does what they say in that report. Clink, clink. All of a sudden, a gang of dudes, a gang of cops just come rolling up. And the rest you will see with your own two eyes. There's Crudup running into the elevator. Cop pulls up, says, get on the ground. He rolls over, puts his hands out. He's like, hands behind your back. He complies. He gets down. There's no sound to this video. But as you can see, how many of these dudes show up, man? How many? Now, you see the guy in the colorful shorts over here? Because it be Miami. We keep things colorful down here. So, dude's on vacation, I'm sure, chilling in the cut. And what is he doing? He's seeing some crazy stuff like this going down. You're about to see it. It's insane. So what does he do? He pulls out his phone just in case. Because what? He is seeing something that is so insane. I pull out my phone too, damn it. Let's go. And don't worry. There's more. Even the clumsy bike cop. All of them come in and look. Officer Perez kicking the dude several times. Several times. Oh, and they keep coming. Stomping his face down. Kicking him in the face. Stomping and kicking. That's the slow-mo of what we just saw a second ago. Oh, wait, there's more. He gets head slammed. And there's more guys still showing up, by the way. Now, another Sergeant Perez. I mean, they're literally having a field day with this kid. Real talk. Now, they see that the guy in the colorful swim trunks was filming them their entire time. So what happens? All of their attention averts elsewhere towards this young man. that was filming this ridiculous, unspeakable amount of violence on a man who has been arrested, by the way. So what do? Still going after it. That's Sergeant Perez. Sergeant Perez. They all go running after the man with the phone, while the rest of them have a field day, still kicking the hell, kicking his teeth in. This is unbelievable, y'all. Like, he's already arrested. What are they trying to do with him? Now this is a different angle. Just unbelievable. See now there's the body cam footage. Let's go back a little bit. Suddenly they all avert their attention to this young man who is doing nothing. He's not breaking any laws. He's not doing anything. Bang, here we go. Not doing anything, by the way. And he's getting this. Wow, y'all. Wow. He's not doing anything. He didn't break any laws, y'all. And look at this kind of treatment he's getting. Man, this is some corrupt ass. What does he do? He didn't do anything. I guess the bystander's last name is Vaughn. I don't know his first name, but wow. Look at that. Look at that. Now they're all going, let me get at him. What? What is he? This is ridiculous, y'all. So there you have it, guys. Like I said, that is the full video. That is a compilation of different things. That is body cam footage. That is body cam footage. That is security cam footage. Multiple different angles, right? And we're seeing that now, where you got these guys who are just sitting there minding their, like, you got a man, of course, what Crud Up did was wrong. Absolutely wrong. What he did, hitting the cop with his scooter, etc., over a parking violation, is ridiculous, and that's wrong. Okay, I'm never going to condone any type of thing like that. All right, he got exactly what he deserved as far as getting arrested. He did not deserve to get beat while he was down. I get those guys were probably angry about the whatever that guy did, what Crud Up did to their partner, allegedly by messing him up. Now he was in the hospital. He needs crutches, etc., messing up his leg. That stuff is messed up and wrong. Absolutely wrong. I completely agree. Okay? He should be arrested and brought to justice for that. But that does not mean he gets gang stomped by a bunch of boys in blue while being detained, while being arrested. Handcuffs were behind. He was behind. Handcuffs were on him. Hands were behind his back. Face on the ground. Belly on the ground. There was no reason for that type of. There was no reason for that type of treatment at all. Then on top of that, that young man that was filming, Vaughn. I don't know his first name. I feel bad, but That young man that was just innocently standing there and filming the crimes that were committed onto that young man, Crudup, gets his ass beat too. For what? For what though? That man did nothing. He was filming. He has every right to film that stuff. And thank God he filmed it. You know what? I bet you they took that footage and deleted it. It suddenly just disappeared. He didn't record it right. I guarantee you that. And now you got two men that were assaulted by basically a bunch of thugs. Real talk. They went thuggish, ruggish bone on them, man. Where they weren't trying to initiate, like they weren't trying to get initiated to some sort of gang. You know what I mean? Those two men weren't doing anything like that. Yes, one of them did a heinous crime, you know, and should be arrested and be punished for that, as far as getting arrested and be brought to justice. But the bystander didn't do anything wrong. All he did was film what they were doing. It's unbelievable. T, what are your thoughts on this, man?
Crazy. The first guy name was Devontae Crudup, and then the second guy name was the witness Khalid Vaughn. Khalid, yeah, Vaughn. So this is outrageous. I'm all for arresting a criminal the way you're trained. You know, you have to follow protocol. But at the point where you've seen the one cop with gun in hand take down Khalid from the elevator and handcuff him, it was smooth. It was fine. The guy lay down, hands behind his back. He didn't fight back. He was handcuffed. All you have to do is pick him up and take him out to the squad car. But they were so pissed off. You see, what, a dozen cops, maybe 20 cops, tops, you know, come in and just get their licks in, because once they hear a cop was hit or injured, they're going to go ham on that suspect. And we've seen it before. And this is something that's always been part of the culture. If you touch a cop, we make sure that you're going to, be in pain. So I do get their frustration. But again, they totally ignore their own body cams, the hotel cams, any kind of witness camera. They was like, I don't care what's going on. We're going to make you feel this pain. And there's rules. You can't cross those lines. And we know that the police unions really empower these cultures to exist, because the police unions always back these cops up some kind of way. This is why they go out here, and they do what they do, because they know, I will lose, maybe my job here, but I'll find a new job somewhere else. And that's unfortunate, because people are like the young man Khalid, who was just an innocent bystander, was also unwarranted attacked and beat down for nothing. And that's the one that really makes you angry, because it's not illegal to record what's going on around you. So for the cops to attack him for no reason at all is absurd.
Yeah, for me, I just don't get how this is, like, suddenly they went from, like, I understand being pissed off. I understand that. I understand being angry. I understand that part. One of your own is getting hurt by some idiot, by some dude. I get that, right? But they threw out all care. They were just kind of like, this is justified. This is totally fine. This is justified. It's our own. There's two of our own. How dare you, kind of thing. And they, not even thinking about the body cam camera going off. Not even thinking about the what was going on in the hotel lobby with the security cams. You don't think that there's not cameras on you at all times? You know what I'm saying? When you walk into a hotel, then on top of that, to add insult to injury, the bystander, the innocent bystander, you suddenly say that that's okay to suddenly just start beating his ass because it's something that is, that you're not for? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Real quick, I wanted to say a big thank you to Demonte Green Beans for the $5 super chat. He said it's going to take the citizens to bang back on these domestic terrorists labeled as police. That literally, I think, was absolutely, in my personal opinion, in the same realm. Yes, I agree. The T word. I'm not going to repeat it again. I was just reading that comment, but on some real stuff. That's ridiculous and unnecessary and wrong. What they did makes it feel like they are above the law just because they wear a shield. That's ridiculous. David, thoughts? You're muted, my brother.
Yeah. I mean, I mostly just agree with what's been said here. I've said it before, and I still stand by it, that you typically do have to treat the police as a gang on their own, not as if you expect them to enforce the law, because that's not their job, and they're not required to do that. So, unfortunately, I do think you typically should treat the police as a gang, and this is kind of what you see here. I mean, that's exactly what this is. This is just gang behavior. And the police are just the gang that's performing it in this case. You have somebody that's defenseless and already arrested, and they're kicking him in the head. That's an attempt to kill somebody. That's attempted murder, and not just by one person, but by like half the police office that they have there. This one's pretty clear cut. It's just the police being a violent gang instead of doing anything related to their job.
Straight up mob.
And it is good that guy recorded this, even though he got pulled into it. It's also good that the hotel or whatever that was, I'm not sure, ended up releasing the video instead of just making it disappear with the cops, because that has happened in the past. But I guess this isn't too surprising. I mean, especially if you look at the past 50 years, the direction we've been going, police get more militarized. They're held less liable for what they do. I think it was in the 1970s that both Florida and New York were part of the changing of the law to because previously, before 1970s, SCOTUS had decided under the Fourth Amendment in a lot of cases that you were allowed to resist unlawful arrest, especially in a case like this. That got turned in the 1970s in a lot of these states, and Florida was one of those. And you can imagine why, because before then, it was allowed to resist unlawful arrest. And people did that, and they were found innocent. And then they changed the law so that you can't resist unlawful arrest anymore, even if it's illegal, even if they're attempting to murder you. You can't resist. And that's how they changed it. And this is the direction we're going to continue to see, I think. It's a more kind of authoritarian arm of the police at this point. They're allowed to use more force. They have more force available. And your rights as a citizen seem to matter less, at least, at least for white people, I guess. Because obviously it was different in the past. But either way, the police as a gang, there might even be an actual named gang that is doing this to him within the police. That is an issue that's happened in the past.
Ooh,
but
yeah, be careful there.
Yeah.
No, you're good. I'm just saying this. Woo, you know what I'm saying? It's just I'm still out here, baby.
We can't say those words, man.
Yeah.
We gotta be careful, baby. Yeah, we gotta be careful. Real talk. But yes, no. All jokes aside, I'm with you 100% on what you're saying. It's just like I said, it's just a damn shame that these are the stories that we are covering, and that this is an actual real thing.
This
Sorry,
incredible
guys.
tip is
there's a real thing that's going on right now, which is these kinds of pieces of brutality that we're seeing right now. We're seeing people who are out here getting beaten, and the thing is that there is no remorse, there is no care. They're not worried about getting in trouble. They don't give two damns if they do get in trouble or not. And that's insane that we see this kind of stuff right now, as we're seeing right now. Gang of dudes, 0 of them are thinking about how wrong they were. 0 of them are having a moment of, was that right? Or is this the right thing to do? None of them are thinking that. They are full on in a mob mentality. That's literally what they're thinking right now. They don't care about this at all. And that's so sad. Because you see, there are plenty of situations that we're seeing. This is not the first time we've seen this kind of story, y'all. Not at all. Not the first time that we've seen this story. We have seen these kind of things happen before. We have just never seen it to this volume. We've seen maybe one or two, you know what I'm saying, or 3 or 4, but 20? 20 plus? 20 plus? Real talk? That's insane, guys. And the fact that they all think that they judge Dredd up in this piece is beyond me, man. Beyond me. Real quick, we got a couple super chats. I want to say a big thank you to Information Man Show for the $4 super chat. He said, the Pascal show, it's a damn shame, brother. Absolutely. I totally agree. And we got another one, a $10 super chat. I want to say Delonte Green Beans back at it again. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He said, what would we say if fire departments went around and started fires all day? The mailman damaged your mail. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? We would be sitting here talking about the same issue. We'd be like, hey, this ain't right. This is not right. And there needs to be some sort of, we need to come to terms with this stuff. We need to talk about these things. We need to bring this ish up because it's wrong. Absolutely wrong. Like I said before, and I'll say it over and over and over again. I'll say it over and over and over again until I'm blue in the face. Real talk. These are the times more than ever that we are seeing proof positive in our faces. We're seeing it every single damn day that there is a need for police reform. If you can't look at this situation and see 20 cops that did not have any remorse, straight up, they went Michael B. Jordan on this thing without remorse. I'm not kidding. Gave 0 damns about that individual. And they just went King Kong on his ass. For what reason? Because he did something wrong? Sure. It's wrong what he did, but they should have arrested him, taken him in, and let justice and let the law do what they need to do. Roughing him up, not even roughing him up, beating the living ish out of him doesn't solve anything. Doesn't solve anything, because when we see this, that's sending a different message to everybody else around the country. Because there's going to be people out here that will not be down for that kind of treatment. Period. And they will have that moment locked in their brains. And next thing you know, it's going to turn into a full-on tussle. Like the Jets versus the Sharks up in this piece. Like this is West Side Story up in this piece. Just be full-on gang fights. No guns. Just full-on fists. And then at the end of the day, what does that solve? Because as soon as somebody gets arrested, they're automatically going to think that they're going to get their face stomped in. That's number one. Number two, then they're going to call their fellas, or their fellas will be around. Next thing you know, the whole situation of somebody just getting arrested for something that they did wrong escalates into something much more savage, much more bloody. Like I said, the police department sent a message, and I guarantee you everybody out here that was watching this read the message. But is it for the better? I think not. Like I said, there needs to be a real reapproach, a real revision to how the police handle civilians, criminals. And we cover this stuff every single day. But now this is starting to turn into something much worse. 20 cops, men and women cops, went in on one arrested man. Then they went after an innocent bystander because he was doing what he was rightfully allowed to do. Now, I've already said it before, but I'm going to ask it again. Where's the footage at? Where is Khalid Vaughn's footage? I guarantee you he probably doesn't have it anymore. I guarantee you that probably just disappeared, faded off into the digital graveyard, just disappeared. Not even in the cloud. It gone. Watch. Like I said, both men, regardless if the man broke the law, because he definitely broke the law, but he did not deserve that type of treatment. I hope that both men, Vaughn and Crudup, file the biggest lawsuit against those officers and that police department, because those men didn't deserve it. Period. Anyway, we got to go into a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we got something a little bit lighter to talk about, and it has to do with, well, I had it in the title before, but I had to take it down because of the new information with the Pentagon. But there has been a man that's been taped to an airplane seat. Yeah, another one bites the dust, but this one's crazy. This is why you don't drink on a plane. Okay, just saying. Okay. Real quick, we do have another super chat. I'm going to throw this up again. Delonte Green Beans, $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat before we jump into our commercial break. And thank you for all the super chats that we've been seeing. All right. Pay attention to the chessboard. There are more than one move that are being played all around us. And that's absolutely true too. We got to, this is what's so sad. Even being an innocent bystander, you even have to keep your head on a swivel. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's very, very sad. But this is welcome to our world. Welcome. He is filming while black, that man. He is filming while black. And now he literally got tackled and got beat up by 5 to 6 police officers. Stuff is dangerous, y'all. This stuff is getting very, very dangerous.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.